I guess many divers oftentimes wonder how long their scuba diving career can go on for, and if 60 is too late to do an open water course. Even if age is a state of mind, scuba diving isn't generally perceived as an activity which you would carry out or let alone pick up at a senior age. Most seniors I know, for the records that would be a flexible 65 plus, would rather take a stroll in the park than plunge themselves into the depth of the ocean. A while ago, while getting my soul wet and exploring a stretch of the Northern Arabian Sea, I had the luck and pleasure to meet 3 rather special divers. If added up, their diving experience spans for well over a century. They count several thousand dives each, dove in every continent, and their passion for breathing air underwater still runs strong. So whom better to ask about scuba diving at a senior age and to get some valuable insight into how diving was and how it changed over the years than this lovely trio infernale and self-proclaimed Methusalem divers, Barbara, Mark and Werner.
Hello, my name is Barbara and I'm diving for 37 years.
My name is Werner. I'm diving for 17 years.
Hi, my name is Mark and I've been diving for 60 years.
We are Methusalem divers. You better know.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, we cross another time, man, by the sand, soaking up the thirst.
Just before we start, while this is a piece about senior divers, we will not look into the physiology of diving at a senior age and its implications. But if you're interested to learn more about it, I recommend you to check 3 excellent articles on this topic, respectively from Alert Diver Online, the online version of Dan's great quarterly magazine, ScubaDiverLife.com, where you can find pictures, videos and daily articles about scuba diving, and Dive Training Magazine, which is a magazine for new divers and their instructors. So feel free to dive into the topic as deep as you want and find the links in the description below.
I started diving 37 years before, that means 1982.
I started to dive 60 years ago, at the age of 16.
I started to dive when I was 60, that means 17 years ago.
Yeah, I remember my first dive, or rather the type of diving we were doing in those days.
I remember it quite well. It was on the Maldives and I had a very nice Swedish dive master and he brought a bottle of champagne with him, and so we were just 5 divers, beginners, and we had to drink underwater this bottle of champagne.
For sure. It was my first dive in open water at the Maldives. It was fantastic. I had no idea what was expecting me, and so I came into the warm water and I could see clearly through my glasses, and then I saw all a universe of fish and corals, and I was totally enthusiastic about my first impressions.
Has diving changed since I started? To be honest, very much. I started with completely different equipment, so there was no BCD, there was no computer, just this toilet thing. We had to do it year round. We had to put on for the reserve, we had to put a thing so for the last 50 bars, so a lot.
Diving has changed a great deal since those days. We had very primitive equipment. For instance, we didn't have any wetsuits, and the diving was essentially being very cold from start to end.
Was diving better?
It was newer. We thought we were doing something that nobody else was doing.
I hate when older people telling me in former times everything was better. So I only can say it was different. For me today it's easier, but it was not better.
But I noticed that much more people are diving now, so sometimes in the dive spots there are more than one boat. Therefore, I was now looking very much to go more to remote areas. I like to dive on liveaboards because that's very, very extraordinary and you are more on open water.
What makes me still dive? The question is, what would make me not dive?
I like the feeling when I'm diving because you feel no weight, you have everything around you, it's easy going.
This is my favorite feeling. Weightlessness in a gorgeous environment, finding new things every time I dive. It's just wonderful.
It's a feeling that is you're in a different medium, just something between flying and being carried away. You're in a soft current, for example, then you just fly by very slowly on a wall and in warm water. That is, you feel like a manta somehow.
Is age a barrier to diving?
Not for me. I can encourage everybody to start. If you're healthy, it's fine. You feel like you are younger than ever.
I don't think so, because if you are used to diving, then you can stay on for a long, long time. And as long as you are healthy, I guess it's not a problem at all. It's more a question to go by plane for a longer distance, so the plane is a problem.
No, it's not a question of age, it's a question of luck. Are you in good shape enough? The limit is when you cannot get back on the boat. This is the most difficult part of diving.
I think the Cocos Island is one of my favorite dive spots.
No question about it, my favorite dive spot is Cocos Island off Costa Rica, because it's so far away from everything. You're so completely alone, and then there are all those sharks, Galapagos sharks, all over the place. Cleaning stations where you see, in an hour, you see hundreds of sharks. Some of them come pretty close to look you up, size you up. All of that with a feeling of complete, safety. You're part of the environment, and the sharks don't eat people; they eat fish, so you feel completely at ease.
There are so many which are beautiful. The last one was very impressive for me. It was Raja Ampat, which is far away, somewhere between New Guinea and small islands in Micronesia. That was wonderful. But I know many places which are nearly as lovely, as beautiful as Raja Ampat is.